Live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bliss,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show.
This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show, your morning companion. This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show, your morning companion.
Good morning to you once again, and you are welcome to the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show right here on GhanaTalks Radio. You are welcome to the news headline review. Right here, we'll be bringing you all the latest headlines making waves in the news, from business to politics, from sports to entertainment. We got you covered with the most relevant stories and informed perspectives on issues that matter to you every morning right here on the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. I am your host, Ruth Esenam Fiagbedu, and this morning I'll be serving you breakfast with Miss Regina Bliss and Miss Debbie Adoso. Good morning to you, ladies, once again, and you are welcome to the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show.
Good morning.
Hope all is well.
By the grace.
It was a doom, but now it's a so. So the question I'll ask you is it doom or so at your end? What are you experiencing at your end? Well, they are telling us that they are changing transformers. We are just hoping that in the coming days, it's actually going to get better, that we are not going to be experiencing the back and forth, because people are really suffering and it's getting very frustrating and it's affecting business as well. So ECG, please, kindly be transparent with us. Tell us what is on ground. If this particular area will go off, tell us. Let people be aware. Okay. Thank you so much. At this juncture, we'll be delving into the news items for this morning. Ghana's economy rebounding, investment rising. President John Dramani Mahama says Ghana's economy is recovering with growing investor confidence and increased business activity. He made the remarks during a business meeting with members of the CEO Network Ghana led by Ernest Dirapt, who invited him to the upcoming Ghana CEO Summit on May 28, 2026. According to the president, the government is focused on creating a strong investment environment by working closely with the private sector to drive growth, job creation, and shared prosperity. He highlighted key policies such as the 24-hour economy policy to boost productivity and employment, the accelerated export agenda to promote value addition and reduce reliance on raw exports, major initiatives like the Big Push infrastructure, Ejumara, and free primary health care. President Mahama also pointed to improvements in the economy, noting that Ghana's GDP has surpassed $100 billion. The country has moved up in Africa's GDP rankings. Debt levels are becoming more sustainable. Both foreign and domestic investments are increasing. He added that the government is committed to fiscal discipline, reducing waste, and improving transparency, including the use of technology like AI in revenue collection. Mr. De Graft commended the government's efforts, particularly in stabilizing the economy and restoring business confidence. Are we feeling the economic recovery in our daily lives? Ms. Eugenia, as President Mahama has cited, are we feeling the impact?
Okay, so I would say with the economy recovery and how people are feeling it, I think it's for some particular people. When we go to markets, for instance, some of the goods have been reduced, and most of the people would enjoy the stability of the economy. But to most people, they wouldn't enjoy it. I can't remember when, I think over the weekend, or was it last week, either Thursday or Friday, one of them, the NPP in Sunyani protested. Some market women were complaining that their goods are still here, no one is buying them, blah blah blah. And this market women, some of these market women are the same people who are not contributing to the stability of the economy. When it comes to the government, when it comes to the Bank of Ghana, the Ministry of Finance, because they all play a role in the stability of the economy. And I would say they would do their parts. But when it comes to majority of the people who will make sure they implement it, so that at the end of the day we see something yielding positively out of it, is the market women. Because this market women literally control inflation and inflation. Is there another opposite word? Deflation. Because these people, even if something is 10%, they can increase it. So with the pure 70% people have been talking about, Saturday I experienced mine.
Did you buy?
I initially wanted to buy it because I was extremely and very thirsty. So I wanted to buy it 70%. I gave this woman one CD. Luckily, it's a man things, you know. The moment I gave her one CD, me need 20%, and I'm then used to home. Patch of one CD, mommy, and I went.
That's all.
And I was like, so are you expecting me to buy what I want CD?
For one CD.
She didn't even make any effort to.
You get it. But not to cut you. You know, initially, pure water was actually 30%.
It was.
And then they said that, 20% in Sesame. And then we rounded it to 50%. So if care is not taken, they are going to round this to 1 CD as well.
That is what they are trying to do.
Exactly.
And these same people are the main reason why this 20% thing, no one is taking it.
Yeah.
Because, fine, 70% is understandable, but don't cheat us. The last time Deborah was saying that if you know that you are selling water at 70%, definitely you would give a change back of 30%. Find money. Better still go to the people who sell coins.
Go and change.
And go and change it. Rather than trying to use tactics to extort money from us. So all these people, they are part of. And the prices have increased. They are all parts. Because from what we know, don't increase water, but they've increased it.
But they have.
So with the economy, some people are enjoying it, others are not enjoying it. So it's a 50-50.
Ms. Debbie, what would you also say? Are you feeling the impacts of the recovery of the economy as the president cited?
Well, not really. The economy is stabilized, yes. We've seen a positive result with the stabilization of the cedi to the dollar. As Regina said, when you go to market, some prices of goods and even services has been reduced, but we are not feeling 100% of its positivity, especially in the market space, because you go to the market and most often it is traders that make all these things so difficult. So this morning I was having a banter with a colleague, and then we were trying to we were speaking about the economy and all that, and then she was making a claim that traders are not feeling the impact and all that, and I told her that it is because of the same traders, it is because of their behavior, that's why they don't feel the impact. So tell me, this cedi has been stabilized since last year, and then a trader will tell you that the goods she has since 2024, she still have them in stock and no one is buying it. So as a trader, have you sit down to assess yourself and question yourself why people are not buying what you are selling out? It's because it's too expensive. So if you are complaining, because see, anytime you go to these people, they will tell you that they still have the old stocks in place, and that is why they are not going according to the directive of the government. I feel like it's because we are not enforcing the laws. Imagine the government say reduce their prices, and then we have soldiers moving in from the marketplace from one shop to another, trying or making their possible best to see that these traders are adhering to the directive of the government. We wouldn't be where we are today, but because most of these traders are so greedy. So at the end of the time, since 2024, she still claims that she's selling it. Like, who does that? So yes, the cedi to the dollar has stabilized. The economy is on track. The economy of Ghana have been moved from 11 to 8%, but we are not really feeling the impact.
Not really feeling the
It's
impact.
like the impact is only stated on paper, and then we don't see it. Well, in a way, we are feeling it a bit, but not too much. This morning when I was coming, passengers were quarreling with the mate, because from Makati to this place it was 5 cedis before. When they reduce the fuel, then it went to 4 cedis. But some drivers take 4 cedis, but some also take 5 cedis. So the prices are not like
really
certain.
Yeah.
You don't know the amount they'll be taking. And then this mate took me 60. I wasn't in the mood to argue with him.
6 cedis.
6 cedis.
Instead of 5 cedis.
Instead of 5 cedis, he took 6 cedis. I was not in the mood. Some arguments are not worth it. So I just kept quiet. And then the day to come, I'll argue with you. But this morning, I wasn't in the mood. And then I saw some passengers argue because maybe I also on the 3 cedi. No, this one is taking like 4 cedi 50 pesos. And even the driver is telling you that it's 3 cedi 50 pesos, but the mate doesn't want to adhere to what the driver was even saying. So you see, we are making the thing so difficult. So I feel like for this thing to be enforced and for us to really feel its impact, the government needs to do more. Like, you need to put in more effort, because you cannot just bring out a directive, state it on paper. And we are, sincerely speaking, we are feeling it, but not too much. It's just like now things are even going back to how it used to be
formerly.
Yeah, because of this conflict and all that, people are scared that they might run at law. So things are going back. So I feel like there should be. I mean, the government needs to do more.
He needs to do
Yeah,
more.
he needs to do more.
Right. What would you say about the 24-hour economy he also mentioned, which is supposed to boost productivity? Do you think that is achievable? And don't you think that has been long overdue since we see the, the impact or even the rollout of the 24-hour economy?
As for the 24-hour economy, I mean, yeah, it's long overdue. Let me put it that way. They claim that it's in progress, but I haven't seen it yet, because even with the normal market we run, it's still the normal way we do it. No one goes to market at 9 p.m. or 10 p.m.
And they said they are going to provide a 24-hour market.
Yes, I think they said that would be at somewhere Winneba, right?
Yeah.
And we still not heard anything about that. You see, recently a lot of things have been playing in my head, and even with the women bank, they said they'll be building a bank where they'll be granting loan for women.
For women.
So I was asking myself, like, when are they going to build that bank, and where are they going to put that initiative into action? Because mind you, the government have like only 1 year to leave power. So with this 24-hour economy, I feel like it is based on some particular companies, especially these factories that produce something like biscuits, drinks. For them, they run 24-hour economy. Economy. And then some pharmacy, there is this as a pharmacy there, free that they run 24 hours. They run shifts. Some people come in the morning, afternoon, because even at midnight, you have people that have high fever and all that, and you need to rush them to the pharmacy. So for pharmacies, they run 24-hour economy, we know, but it's not being enforced in some key sector that we want. In some of the sectors, like the bank, they said the bank will be running 24 hours, but now the bank is not running 24 hours, and we all know why. Because it comes to the bank, they have to provide enough security. Even they broad daylight, we've been seeing robbers, paving their way into the banks to rob and all that. So if the bank is supposed to run 24 hours, it means that we have to have tight security personnel that will guard the bank and ensure that everything moves on smoothly. So with these 24 hours, it's just peculiar to some companies, like this manufacturing companies, especially the private sectors.
Especially the private sector.
But with the government sector, I haven't seen any.
You haven't seen
And then
any.
the market, for the market, it's not working. It's just like the usual market. They go in the morning, by 5 they've closed. Unless for La Paz, which you and I know that 9-10 is their business. And then by 12 o'clock,
Miss Regina, do you think the 24-hour economy is achievable?
Okay, so there's nothing that is not achievable once you set your mind and eyes towards it. You definitely be able to fulfill it. Now the issue is, as she said, when it comes to 24-hour economy in our marketplaces, there's no way I'll go to the market at 10 o'clock, 11, 12, even with Accra, where it's a very busy place. Latest by 8, 9, you wouldn't see anyone selling. For those who would sell are the only people who are into night markets who sell food. That is when you see these people there. And also, when we look at Fadama, for instance, Fadama once had a night market where even 12-1 it is still operating, but as at now it is not operating.
It's not operating.
So I feel like we should focus our energy more on the services that runs 24 hour, like the pharmacy, for instance. No matter what, it runs 24 hour.
Filling station. When
it comes to our hospitals, and also with this rubber production, probably maybe biscuits, chocolates. 24 hour economy, there's about food and other productivity. With this influencer, Abado, she runs 24 hour. She doesn't rest all the time. She's busy. So with the 24-hour economy, we should focus on where productivity is really more and also demand is really more.
Is really more needed. Where demand is really more needed, as he said. Yeah. So for the 24-hour economy, we are just hoping that in the coming months or in the coming years, we actually see it working, because the way they promised Ghanaians about the 24-hour economy, and looking at how people actually vouched and even voted for this particular administration based on this, if they don't roll out this particular policy, it's going to be a very big disappointment to a lot of the youth right here in the country. Right, let's move on to our next news item. Galamsey fight. Government has sidelined at 995 and acting arbitrarily. Government's approach to tackling illegal mining, widely known as Galamsey, is facing criticism from environmental advocates with concerns that existing laws are not being fully enforced. Deputy Director of Erochel, Ghana, has accused the government of sidelining key provisions under Act 995, a law designed to strengthen the prosecution of illegal mining offences, including those involving foreign nationals. According to him, instead of prosecuting offenders locally as required under the law, authorities have in some cases opted to deport foreign nationals involved in illegal mining activity. Mr. Bosu argues that this approach weakens the effectiveness of the legal framework and undermines efforts to deter the practice. He maintains that Act 995 provides strong provisions that, if properly enforced, could significantly improve the fight against Galamsey. Illegal mining continues to pose a major threat to Ghana's environment, affecting water bodies, forests, and livelihoods despite ongoing government interventions. Mr. Bosu is therefore calling for a more consistent, law-driven strategy, insisting that strict enforcement and prosecution remain key to achieving lasting results in combating the menace. So they said, we are sidelining Act 995 of the law, which is designed to strengthen the prosecution of illegal mining offences, including those involving foreign nationals, that means that we're actually supposed to be prosecuting these people locally right here in our country. But we're here when our interior minister actually mentioned that whoever is involved or a foreign national who is involved in illegal mining will be deported back into the country. That was what he said. But it looks like a lot of people do not agree with this particular option they actually brought on board, because why will you prosecute those that travel all the way from their country to our country to come and destroy our water bodies? You deport them. What is the probability that those people that you deported, they will not come back again and come and do what they did? That led to their deportation. But those that locals that are actually caught in illegal mining will be prosecuted. How different are these people from the people living in the country? Ms. Debbie, your thoughts on this, please.
Yes, so Act 995, let's look at what it states regarding prosecuting foreign nationals. So one, it states that foreigners are banned from small-scale mining. So Section 83 of Act 703 makes it clear that only Ghanaian citizens can obtain a small-scale mining license. So any foreign national doing galamsey is illegal by definition. So secondly has to do with mandatory prosecution plus harsh penalties for foreigners. So Act 995 removed judicial discretion and set mandatory minimum sentences. For non-Ghanaians convicted of illegal mining, you will be sentenced for a minimum prison term like 20 years and maximum 25 years. Then they can fine you 100,000 penalty unit and not more than 350,000 penalty units. So for Ghanaian, minimum is 15 years plus, and then they'll fine you 120,000. So if you look at the foreigners, they'll fine you higher because you are not a Ghanaian, and it's not permitted by the law. And the law also requires prosecution before deportation. That is where we got it wrong. So the person needs to be prosecuted
before the person is allowed to be deported.
So even if you're supposed to be jailed like 25 years, you need to serve your 25 years jail term, or maybe if you are fined like 25,000, you need to pay that 25,000 before you are being deported or before you will be deported. But we don't do it in Ghana. As to why we don't do it, Minister of Interior, he needs to answer us on that. Then okay, so Deputy Director, well, that is that. Yes. So if you look at the law 995, right, it states that any foreign national that is mining on our water bodies or in our forest reserves is against the law. So the minimum term you will be jailed is 20 years. The maximum 25 years. And then you'll be fined. And then if you are found guilty, whether in jail term or for you paying for what you've done, you are supposed to do that before you are being deported. But we don't do it in Ghana. I'm surprised we have the law, and then why are we not abiding by the law? If we feel like this law is not needed and is useless, then let's scrap it off. Or let's view it and take it out. Because we can't have a law that is against foreigners mining on our water bodies. Then after they are being caught, we deport them to go. For whatever reason it is, we don't know. And then we are giving command to the leaders of these foreign nationals to prosecute their people, which you don't even know whether they will be prosecuted or not. But if it's a Ghanaian, trust me, if a Ghanaian should find his or herself in China, because most of these foreign nationals that destroy water bodies, 100% of them are Chinese nationals. So if I should find myself in China, and then I go to do something that is against their law, I wouldn't be allowed to go scot-free. I will pay for it there before, maybe after that I will be deported. There is no way they'll give a directive to the president or to the government of Ghana to take actions against me. It doesn't happen like that. And that is why day in, day out, we still record foreigners in our forest reserves cutting down our trees, destroying our forest reserves, and destroying our water bodies. So imagine if these people are being caught, they are being prosecuted, and the right thing is being done. It will serve as a deterrent to other foreign nationals, and I'm not sure we will find them on our water bodies again. But because we don't do it, and so they see Ghana as a safe haven where they can come and do whatever they want, because at the end of the day they will still be deported. So let's take Aisha Wan's case for example. This woman was, caught because there were evidence that backed claims that she was into illegal mining, but we never even get to know how that issue ended. So with this whole issue about Galamsey, the little I can say is that we are not serious. We are not serious as a country, because if we are serious, we should even start using these foreign nationals as a scapegoat for even the Ghanaian people. Because if a foreigner can destroy our water bodies, and then he will face the law of the land, then he should tell you that as a commoner, if you do same, it is worse. But because we don't do it, even our own Ghanaians who are found mining in our water bodies, we don't even prosecute them. How many people have you heard being prosecuted because of illegal mining? Some time ago, they issued a statement, and then they said that was last year, from January to December, the number of Galamseyers they've prosecuted almost 900. Now I shouted Jesus, and I auntie, because I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, exactly.
So how come we're able to prosecute this number of people, and then we are not getting to know it? And sometimes it's only stated on paper. You don't even know how true it is. So for me, we are not serious about Galamsey, because if we are very serious
about it.
Oh, okay, you do that, but we are not serious, and so we will keep seeing these foreign nationals in our forest reserve. Even just last week, they arrested, I think, 9 or 4 Chinese nationals.
It's always the Chinese people.
Yeah.
Always the Chinese people. But how dare you go to China and go and destroy their water bodies? You go and meet their president and say trousers.
What is she saying?
What is his name? You go and meet him there. For he has all the equipment, but he's not getting anybody to fight with. Go and mine in their water bodies. Oh, better. But they have that pleasure, that freedom to actually come to our country and come and destroy our water bodies, which is so
there
bad.
Is something we don't know.
And what we do to them even annoys me. We only deport them without prosecuting them.
I'm sure there is an agreement between Ghana government and the Chinese government. Seriously.
You think that could be why they don't actually prosecute these people?
I'm sure. Very, very certain.
It's annoying. Miss Regina, prosecution and deportation. Which one is going to deter illegal mining?
So with prosecution and deportation, it comes hand in hand. As Debbie read the Act 995, what it states. It states that first off, it is punishable by 15 years in prison, and you can also be fined a huge sum of money. And before a foreigner is deported back to the country, you need to make sure that he's prosecuted, and even if it's 10 years, you need to serve your term before you leave the country. And also, under that same act, it also states that a foreign official or a foreign national cannot indulge in small scale mining. So even if you want to mine lawfully, you can't, because it is wrong and they see it to be an offense. So with the prosecution and deportation, is it enough to deter illegal mining, especially when it comes to these foreign nationals? I would say yes, because the only thing or the only solution we see these people do is deport these people out of the country. Or the only thing I see personally, my opinion, is that at the end of the day, these people are arrested and they broadcast it, and that is it. It ends there. We don't hear of these people being taken to court to answer questions. We don't hear of these people being sentenced. With Aisha 1, I learned that she was sentenced.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, she is not in Ghana. She is not here. No one knows where she is. But it's wrong. All this is as a result of these top officials. Because you can't tell me, say, if these top officials are not involved, or excuse me to say, if the people in charge of that sector are not corrupt, why then should someone be sentenced and the person is not serving his or her term? They extradited a Ghanaian official to the US. They followed due process, and at the end of the day, this person was taken to baby Aokodi Boneno. Why wasn't this person? Because I feel like Tani Panobe to me Echiaka. So just let me go. So just take this sum of money and just let me go. But why is it that when it comes to these foreigners, I don't know how to put it, but it seems as if they are so special. I say, how would I put it? I said DBs, they are so special to a point where Ghanaians or the officials can't do anything about it. And it's wrong. If we do that, we can't fight corruption.
Galamsey.
We can't fight Galamsey. But they are focusing all the energy on these, your friend is saying, Ghanaian nationals who are also involved in Galamsey, and they are treating them badly.
Who are also being supported by this top officials.
Exactly. But at least at the end of the day, we know that they arrest some of these people and detain them. But Chinese funny there. They won't say picture to social media. That's the only thing we know.
Yeah, that's the only thing we get to see.
We don't hear anything again. If we do that, the fight against Galamsey would be very in fact, it is difficult.
It's already difficult.
It is very difficult because the rules, they are not even following it.
Right. Would you say that our local authorities are also not helping with the fight against Galamsey?
With the local authorities, I would say yes. Because if I'm a leader in a community and I see that this person is dumping refuse here, I have every right. In fact, it is my duty to make sure that that person takes it off from there. But if I turn a blind eye, I'm not making sure that our community is sanitized or is clean. And also, if this person comes to me and settle me with a sum of money, I would turn a blind eye to it. That is what is going on. Because this local leaders in the communities can't tell us for a fact that they don't know that illegal mining is going on in their communities. They know. But why are they silent? That is what we need to ask ourselves. Why are they silent? Why have they turned a blind eye to what is going on? Just today, I saw a video of a chief in a community. Illegal miners have invaded the place. So first off, it sends a signal that he himself doesn't know that this is what is going on
in the community.
The people did not even come to meet him. They just all of a sudden, I say 2 minutes or more, and then they start mining. Okita bro, then I know the bo mujia. I said the spirit of the river should wake up and fight these illegal miners. And I'm saying nyamia just a one kasawa ko kachen zone solely. And sana. It's wrong. Just last week, I also saw a video of one young guy lamenting, making a video that some armed men, some armed men invaded his father's cocoa farm and cut down all the
trees.
For what reason? It is alleged that they want to use that land for Galamsey. What are the leaders doing? Because we know that this the smaller chiefs or these prominent chiefs are also working for the government. They need to, in fact, they are the eye to make sure that whatever that is going on is stopped. But no, It is going on.
And it's very disturbing. The fight against illegal mining there. I don't know. Yeah.
It will take long. Honestly.
We're actually losing hope against the fight. Because recently I saw River Pra, a video of River Pra.
Very bad.
It's bad. It's so bad. This one day, like, you give up.
And surprisingly, the people who were very loud under the past administration are quiet now. A minister went to actually say it, and then they rather lambasted the minister that how dare he make such a statement. That next time they are not going to treat him as a pastor, but next time they are going to treat him as a politician. Afterwards, you are apologizing. I'm sorry.
In a way, I feel like they are right, because these missionaries or pastors or men of God, some of them were totally silent when Galamsey was going on during the previous administration. They lost their voices. They went to Galamsey's side to do what? To pray. Galamsey's side, no. There are certain things you don't even need God to give you intuition on how to go about it. You don't need God to discern, my daughter, or my son, take action against this. God has given you knowledge, and that is why we said pray for wisdom and understanding and knowledge to guide you in your daily activities. So you don't go to Galamsey's side to pray. You went to Galamsey's side to pray, and then when we complained, you said no, you only went there to survey the place and then talk to the people. That is bad. You are supposed to confront the government one year, and I'm not saying we are not supposed to talk against Galamsey and also talk against the government when they are not doing the right thing. But you were totally silent, and then when the NDC government came into power, automatically you've gained your voice, and then okay, let's be sincere. I'm not trying to politicize, but have you heard Pentecost talking about Galamsey when NPP was in power?
I didn't hear anything. I think the only concern they actually raised was that now they can't even do baptism in rivers because of Galamsey.
Yes, that is what they said, because
that was the only concern.
Galamsey. So automatically they are trying to tell the government that you need to do something about this Galamsey issue because it's getting out of hand. And it's true, President Mahama, we are tired.
It actually looks like we've forgotten about the main issue that the man actually raised, and we are now on what the lady actually said and apologies and then all of that, and we've forgotten about the issue of Galamsey. We are now blaming
the lady, and what the lady said from here, I don't see anything wrong with it. Oh, it's true, I don't. She might be harsh. You say, sometimes you might be saying something, what you are saying makes sense, but the way you put it across or the way you convey the message might sound rude or might sound in a way that maybe will picture it to be somebody who is disobedient and all that. But that is not how you are. So we will picture her message as such. But in a way, I do not see anything wrong with what she said. You were quiet. Is she lying? Did you talk? No, did you talk? You didn't talk. We are not saying Galamsey is good, so we should be clapping for them. Or no, it's bad. And sincerely speaking, we are all frustrated because we can't even see what the NDC government is doing. They are totally doing nothing. If we are being sincere, they are doing nothing.
What about the NIMOS?
What are they doing? Was it yesterday in the news? I heard that they said this thing has affected Oti River, Volta River.
There was Galamsey.
Yes, they said they found some deadly chemicals in the water. They did something, and I was like, yeah, we are dead. Because I think that is the only water that is kind of clean.
That is clean as it stands now. So, and if it's been affected, that means that all our river bodies are actually affected by Galamsey.
Yes, and the most dangerous aspect is that the color of the water hasn't changed into Milo, but it's being polluted.
But it's being polluted.
Yeah, the chemicals.
Yeah. Illegal mining. President Mama worships with inmates at Nsawam prison and pledges reforms and support. President John Dramani Mahama has paid a rare visit to inmates at Nsawam Medium Security Prison, where he joined them for a special fellowship service and pledged reforms to improve prison conditions. The event, held on April 25, 2026, was organized in collaboration with the Assemblies of God Church and brought together prison authorities, clergy, and inmates for a time of worship, prayer, and encouragement. Delivering a sermon, Reverend Benjamin Tete urged inmates not to lose hope, encouraging them to embrace repentance and reform as paths to renewal. Director General of the Ghana Prison Service, Patience Bafo Boni, commended the president for increasing the daily feeding rates for inmates from 1 cedis 80 pesos to 5 cedis, but appealed for further support, particularly in addressing healthcare challenges within the prison system. In his address, President Mahama emphasized compassion for inmates and announced plans to fast-track parole processes, with at least 1,000 inmates expected to be released in July under an amnesty initiative. He also pledged to improve infrastructure at the facility, including the construction of recreational amenities such as an astroturf and a basketball court. On healthcare, the president indicated that government will explore partnerships, including with the foundation of his wife, to establish medical facilities within prisons. The visit also included a tour of ongoing projects at the facility, including a poultry farm and a new remand block aimed at reducing congestion. Some inmates who spoke during the event welcomed the president's visit and called for greater support, including the inclusion of prison education programs in national scholarship and feeding initiative. Do you think that as a country, when it comes to our prison system, we are doing enough to reform it? Ms. Debbie?
For me, I would say no.
No?
Yeah.
The congestion?
Yeah,
the
congestion
feeding?
is too
It's like we
much.
don't even pay attention to those people at all.
We don't. And yesterday, when I saw the news, I tried reading the comment section. Then I heard people saying that they should reduce how they arrest people based on issues that do not really make sense. Especially somebody goes to steal goat, and then you arrest the person, you jail the person 6 years. And then somebody steals from the state, and we don't even see how
it's walking freely.
You get it. So all these things congest our prison stations, right, or places where these inmates are being kept. So when you talk about reform, there, the prison is not a hygienic place for them to stay at all. Looking at how they are even packed, like sardine.
Sardines is a quite
of course. But when you take a look at the prison, it's kind of a. So when I heard that the president wanted to grant amnesty to 1,000, right, 1,000 people, I was like, oh wow, that's nice, but don't forget that it's still going to base on protocol. And that 1,000 is not enough, because the people we have in there, they are more than 1,000. So 1,000 is just like you're picking a single broom, a tiny broom like this out of the whole bunch of brooms. You get what I'm trying to say? So I think we should rather do the right thing. We can expand it. If you expand it to people, will be like, oh, are you expanding it with the notion that more people
commit crimes,
so that they will be
arrested? Exactly.
This is human.
It's a human facility.
Exactly. So you should, have in mind that things like this is bound to happen unless everything is on track. Everybody is feeling like comfortable. Will you still, when you have enough to eat? Will you still, when you are employed? No. So I feel like when the right thing is being done, it will help us. But we need like massive reform with our prison, the cell, where they sleep, and even their food. I learned some time ago they were being, each person is 1 cedi 50 pesos. But when President Mahama came, they did it 5 cedis to each person. And no cry and here. Even you, when you want to eat breakfast, it's not 20 cedis and above. Sometimes 30 cedis. Then lunch plus supper or dinner, adding everything together, you are almost spending like 200 or 100 cedis in a day. Then inmates, you are taking like maybe 5 cedis per person. What at all are you going to eat? And don't forget that all these things that are being donated to this prison, to the people, also, regardless of how plenty the food items are, it will still not reach them. And don't forget that the officers will still take some. You understand? We are in Ghana era. But sincerely speaking, we need massive reform with our prison. That should be a way we granting amnesty to these people. We need to decongest the place, which is necessary, but I feel like we should renovate ourselves. We should renovate it. We should expand it. If there are things we feel like are being done in the cells, or we've noticed some challenges in the cells, and then we need to fix it in terms of it will help us. And then, as I said, issues that does not even need arrest, like instance someone drinks water and then left it at a post, the person was jailed 6 months. You see, this person at least can be fined maybe 2,000 or 3,000. You will pay.
Right.
You have no option.
You don't have an option. Yeah. Thank you, Ms. China.
So when it comes to prison reforms, I think it's very important, and it's a necessity. It shouldn't be a luxury, it's a necessity, because this space is occupied by humans. Sometimes, I've never been to a prison yard before, but from what we see on social media, some people who go to these prison yards take a video of the place and post it on social media. It should tell us that this is not a place where humans are supposed to be camped. Even, excuse me to say, some animals have a better shelter than some of these humans. The decongestion is very important, because tell me why. I know I have committed a crime, but you are literally treating me like an animal, sardine for that matter. These people are so compressed to a point where you can't even breathe well. And from what I heard, some of these people ease themselves right exactly where they sleep. Why? Like, why? When we talk of prison, it should be a correctional center. It should be a space where when you come out, you would feel reformed. You would feel fresh again. But obibe banana fena dream boneno adoso. Because our honey na they no adoso.
You are singing my name.
Because our honey na the treatment he or she is passing through is not supposed to be so. Omudidi, omokodo, they are being punished, then that is it. But from what I know, they even have a space where you can learn how to do your hair, you can learn how to sew, you can learn petty things at the end of the day when you come out.
Even in the cell, you go to school.
When you come out, you will not be idle. I don't know if you guys saw a story back last year of a country that was complaining of not having prisoners because their country is crime free. And see, the prison facility in there, no one has occupied this because no one in the body. And aside putting people who are naturally wicked aside, most of these people in prison is due to stealing. Nipa no we jumaya, obeka ko stealing, onko stealing. The person is idle, doing nothing. Naka uko yeju maybe Monday to Friday, Saturday you wash, Sunday you go to church. Even that Saturday and Sunday that we said is for resting, because we don't rest.
You don't rest, exactly.
So you really even have the time and the idea on planning how to go and steal or commit atrocities. So with the prison sector, it needs a total overhaul. And they need to make sure, and with what Debbie said, that when they probably open or reconstruct the prison sector, people would feel like, are you encouraging people to do more crimes? But that is it. They need to expand it, because and also I feel like they should check the crimes these people commit. If it's not severe, Muncha bomo. And because when you go outside and you be na omodo share prison, they have house arrest where this ankle monitor is monitoring you.
Yes, yeah, it's
There's a
monitoring them.
step where you can take. You can't exceed
You
that
can
step.
exceed that territory.
Exactly. We need to get all these things so that our prisons will not be congested. Obiko we are broad, na mama ne 10 years. Broad, na mama ne 10 years. Obiko ye bibikitana, like it's too much. So there's other alternative to punish these people rather than camping them. And others are also on remand. Up to now, Masemi and Kai, but they're on remand. So just imagine you spent like 20 years in remand. Umbedi was some now masama 10 years in prison. Our system is
It's something else. It's something else. So these are some of the reforms. They are going to create more infrastructure for them so that our prisons won't be congested. And also, President Mama said he's going to be collaborating with his wife to establish more hospitals, healthcare services, and facilities for these inmates as well. And as we also heard, thousands of these inmates will also be granted amnesty. Right. I think at this juncture, we are going to draw the curtains on the news review. Up next, we have Today in History with Ms. Regina Bless. Thank you so much for joining us.
bringing you Today in History on this day. South Africa holds first multiracial elections. More than 22 million South Africans turn out to cast ballots in the country's first multiracial parliamentary elections. An overwhelming majority chose anti-apartheid leader Nelson Mandela to head a new coalition government that included his African National Congress Party, former President F.W. de Klerk's National Party, and Zulu leader Mangosuthu Buthelez's Freedom Party. In May, Mandela was inaugurated as president, becoming South Africa's first black head of state. Moving on, 1978, Saddam Mohammed Daoud Khan, the first president of Afghanistan, was overthrown and murdered along with his family during a violent Soviet-backed military coup known as the Soa Revolution. His death in the presidential palace marked the end of his 5-year republic and initiated decades of communist rule and conflict. To some few global observances, World Design Day, to recognize the power of design in improving quality of life, fostering innovation and solving global problems, initiated by the International Council of Design. It honors design's impact across all disciplines from digital UX and product design to urban planning, by celebrating how, as of 2026, it connects people across cultures, disciplines, and lived experiences. Lastly, Tell a Story Day encourages people of all ages to share tales, myths, and personal memories. It promotes storytelling through books and oral traditions or creative imagination, often featuring library events or family gatherings to pass down traditions. And that's all for today on Today in History and some global observances, live on GhanaTalks Breakfast Show.
Thank you so much. Today is Story Day, so we should tell a story. I guess I'll tell you a story about my life when I was a kid.
Okay.
My mom said I used to sing a lot. Let a dew from heaven. So tell a story to somebody today, right? Just be nice. Just, create that kind of like environment that is going to feel the person is welcome. Don't sack people away if, you guess what I'm saying. Thank you so much.
We don't get it.
You get
Because
it,
we
you
didn't
get it. Don't sack people away with your words or with your presence. That's what I meant to say. Up next, we have Debbie's Girl.
Presence. Welcome to Debbie's Grill, where we talk about issues that concern the state, void of politics, fear of favor. Businesses count losses as government urge to tackle power cuts swiftly. So, for the past few weeks, we've been experiencing non-stop power outages, and this is drastically affecting businesses and individuals as a whole. We've had a statement released from the Ministry of Energy where they said that they are facing some sort of challenges, and so they are working towards that. And I vividly remember some time ago they mentioned some places in Accra that they feel like it's the challenges they are dealing with is going to have an adverse effect on this part, and so they mention it. And then I felt like sorry, it's going to be something for maybe 2 or 3 days, or I mean for a minute, and then it ends there. But sincerely speaking, what we are experiencing is hell. So the light goes off like 8, and then it comes on like 4 p.m. and sometimes 5. On Friday the light went off 11:50 or so, and then the light came back 4:30. On Saturday the light went on the same time, 11 something, and then it came on 4. And this yesterday the light went off 7:30 till this morning. When I was leaving home there was no light, but when I got to the workplace there was light. And like 7 o'clock to 7:10 or 15 the light went off again, and it came around 8. Yes, we know we are facing some sort of challenges, and then we need to deal with it. But for how long are we going to experience this? I think they should clear things for us. Maybe if it's going to take like 1 month, let us know that this doomsaw of a thing is going to take like 1 month. Then we know that after that 1 month, we are going to have a light on for the rest of the days without experiencing outages. I'm saying this because it's affecting businesses. There are lots of businesses that depend solely on electricity 24/7. And if the light should go off even in a second, it affects businesses. It affects businesses. I mean, we use light for basically everything. For washing, yes, because those who deal with this laundry and all that, washing machine, you have to use light. For washing, for cooking, like almost everything. So light is essential to our daily lives. Anytime the light goes off, automatically it affects us. So we are pleading with you, please. Minister of Energy, we are pleading. We know you've already hinted us that there are some challenges that you are being faced, or your ministry is being faced with, and then you are taking the needed step to bring it to a halt. But it feels like it's becoming too much. We don't even know whether the light will be going off any moment from now. And as what to assume, then it goes off. And then it comes back again. And when the light goes out, it's not as if it's a 10 minutes something. It takes like 3 to 4 hours before the light is being on. People use the light to freeze fish, meat, and all those stuffs. People deal with physical stores, they deal with meat and all that. And when it's happening like that, because the person doesn't want to run at loss, they will increase the price. And sometimes even reduce the price drastically because they want it to finish so they can purchase a new one. It will be a very huge debt on them. So we are pleading with the government, we are pleading with the Ministry of Energy, please do something about it for us. That's why we are just begging. We are begging. The power outages we are experiencing of late is too much. People are complaining. A lot of people are complaining. Sometimes you have to come to work even without ironing your dress. So you just have to get a dress that wouldn't even look like it, whether you iron or not. So we are pleading. And of late, it's not even raining. So you can just imagine. The system is already hot. And then the light also goes off. Except for people who use the plant. What of those who don't have plant in their houses? And even with those who use the plant, even when you buy prepaid, it doesn't even get to a month. And then the prepaid is finished. So it means you have to be buying prepaid every second, every minute, every second you're buying prepaid. Every second you're buying prepaid. Let me be sincere. Sometimes when you sit in church, you hear a lot of things. A lot. Ghanaian citizens are frustrated. They are complaining. People tend to vent their frustration when they are in a vehicle. And that is where you get to hear a lot of things going on. And that's why we are feeling it ourselves. The power outages of late is becoming too much. We are begging, if something will be done about that, we will be very, very grateful. Even if there will be a timetable, we know that today we are having light. At least we will ensure that we charge whatever is chargeable. We iron dresses that needs to be ironed, so that we don't find ourselves wanting. So we are begging, please, let's do something about it. Excuse me, let's not fail ourselves. I'm sure this is not what you want. You've already told us that we are not going to experience anything like doom. So the president spoke about it. He said there are problems with the transformers and they'll need to change it and all that. That is fine. But for how long are we going to change the transformers? Are we going to continue like this till this year ends? Or maybe we have one. That is what we want to know. Do we have 1 more week to go? Or we have 3 more weeks to go? Or even 1 month? Then we have it in mind. And then we'll put the right things in place. So that when the light goes off, it doesn't affect us. We know there are communications going on, but I think the communication should be more. Because what we are being told is not what we are experiencing now. So please, we are begging you. The right thing should be done. When the right thing is being done, we are not going to complain. But when the right thing is not done accordingly, we will still complain. Because we are feeling the heat. Thank you for making time with me on the rescue.
Thank you so much, Mr. B, for that, girl. And thank you, too, for joining us on the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. This is where we draw the curtains. We'll meet same time tomorrow. Do have a lovely day.